Happy Homebrew Wednesday, it's Lermo22, and look at this face. It's summertime here, so just want to let you know I'm on a brew day. It's actually Tuesday, so getting my brew on. And here we are, we're doing two brews. This is going to be I'm calling it the Ideal Ale. It's going to be a real light. Actually, this is my first beer I've actually, or first beer that I remember actually putting a little bit of flaked maize in there, so flaked corn. So I'm filling up this my hot liquor tank for I'm doing a quad. Andrew, not on Sundays brewing. I am actually doing a quad. So this is actually, it's for a barrel brew and a barrel program. So get some good beers out of it, I guess. So today's a brew day, and doing two of them, and I gotta get back to it, and I will get back with my recipe, and I will be right back. Okay, so my two brews is a quad. This is not my recipe, so if you can take a quick look, take a snapshot, right there it is. This is what we're doing. And then my next one is called the Ideal Ale. It's going to be a blonde, and it's going to be corn, two-row, a little bit of Karastan, a little bit of Warrior hops, and I just took this off the top of my head. So let's go ahead, and I'm almost done. I'm collecting about 8 gallons here. Oh, I'm almost done right there, so I might as well just click that off. So we're done collecting there. It's been about an hour, and then I am just draining this one. This is my the blonde. Look at this. It's coming out like clear. So this is almost done. I did about four and 3/4 here, and I was talking, or I'm actually chatting with Dan Deslitz, and he goes, "Hey, it's the first runnings are clear, aren't they?" I go, "Yeah, they are clear." So yeah, we are. I'm checking my efficiency. I'll get back to you about the efficiency or pre-boil gravity or whatever. I think I'm gonna get pretty good efficiency on it anyways. So get back to you and be right back. Hey, as I said earlier, it's actually Wednesday, so it's Homebrew Wednesday actually. So happy Homebrew Wednesday. I did not get a lot of footage last night, so I had some neighbors drop by. So let's just go over what I did. I actually did a mash, an all-day mash. I woke up in the morning, got my my mash water up to temp, got it right around 152 degrees on both of them. I think the one, the Ideal Ale actually dropped down to about 150. So after all day mash, the Ideal Ale actually finished out at like 140, and the quad actually finished out at 143. So it didn't drop too much in temp. I'm not worried about anything, any infection or anything, so I'm all happy with that. So this Homebrew Wednesday is I'm drinking in my Barrage Brewer my glass. This is my New Zealand IPA. This is actually the same recipe I did when I guess it was 2 SJ Pour challenges ago. So this one finished out like 7.1%. Really, it's not like it has New Zealand hops, not overly hoppy. It's nice and chill, nice, great drinking beer. So cheers, everyone. It's just a really good beer. So I have on tap right now, I have my Brown Warrior. I actually have my LTE, Lermo the Elder. I have the New Zealand IPA, and I got the Supercharger. So I have Supercharger. I have actually fermenting out. It's in secondary, about ready to keg this weekend. That's actually going to go to NHC. So NHC is in, I think, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm heading up to Baltimore. Pretty sure it's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Holy crud! It's right around the corner. So I'll be able to see all my buds, my YouTube buds. So anyway, let's get back to the thing. The challenge. I'm all done doing the reviews on the yeast experiment. So where I got the recipes was the Homebrew beer book. So I know Dan ABA, I know that you asked about it. I just used the same one. I made the, I think the Abbey that Dan made was the, he did the decoction, but what I did was I adjusted all the 6-gallon recipes, because it's all 6-gallon recipes in here, down to 5-gallon. So I did that in Beersmith, and he did the decoction. I think he might have actually ended up with a little bit less beer at the, or wort. So maybe that's why it became a little bit stronger, about what, 7.5, and mine turned out to be like 5.5, 5.2, something like that. So anyways. So the Ideal Ale, it's a blonde, and it is, I'm actually making this because, I don't know if I've told you guys before, my great-grandfather was a brewer in Wisconsin, and one of his beers was called Ideal. It was Ideal beer, I guess. I think it was a lager, probably 6-row, a little bit of crystal, maybe some corn, whatever. So what I did was I made a nice, like, kind of a cream ale, but I'm using SO4 yeast. I'm using 2-row flake corn and a little bit of Karastan, which is right around 37. It's only 8 ounces, 37 SRM, and all Warrior hops. Comes out to, within spec, I use a total of, like, I think 3/4 of an ounce of Warrior hops, and I use the SO4. So I'm making this because I'm not sure if my uncle, who's coming to visit in June, if he is because he is the grandson of, he's my uncle, so great-grandfather, blah blah blah. So he is actually the grandson of the brewer that had the Ideal beer. So I am making the Ideal Ale, so I'm making a nice blonde and see if he likes it. So that, and then I've got the Quad, but I'm gonna have probably all these beers that I had just named on tap anyway. So, but sometimes, they like a nice, like, sessionable beer, and that one should end up right around 4. I think my gravity was 11 bricks, so 1044 was the OG, so it should finish out right around 4.5. Who knows? That might be my SG Pour Challenge beer this year. Who knows? It might be. Even though I just gave you the recipe. Dang it. Man, I wasn't thinking when I said that. So anyways, the Quad. This Quad is, it's not my recipe at all. It's going into a barrel, so I'm brewing it. It's got like 13 pounds of German Pilsner. It's got Munich malt, it's got aromatic malt, and it's got 120. Got candied sugar in it, turbinado sugar, and just pretty much 2.5 ounces of Saaz at 60 minutes, I believe. And then I did not make a starter for this because I usually don't do starters. So I used 2 packages of White Labs 550, and I was just up there probably 2 hours ago. Both of them are just kicking. They are just like fermenting away like crazy. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the Belgian, because I ended up with my ending gravity was 1096, 23 bricks. So that means I got about 76% efficiency, including the sugar and everything like that. So I did really well the efficiency in there. I did over here on this one, I believe I ended up with, about 76. Yep, 76% efficiency there. It's consistent. So that's all I got for tonight, and NHC is coming up in 2 weeks, so totally stoked about that, and I think that's about it. So I will see you guys later, and see you guys next week. Peace. Cheers to you, Dan.